Okay. Okay, today we're doing a set review. We have Villibesti, Hpain. You guys know these guys. Um, we're gonna be going through the new set, and I'd like to mention. I think it's important that we talk about how this rating system is working. Okay, so it's a little scuffed. I kind of put together two different rating systems. Like there's one dude that does Hearthstone. I kind of just yoinked his rating system, and I yoinked Yogg's as well, and we came up with this. Okay. So the lower the number, the worse. One, unplayable. Two, unplayable, but it has potential in the future. And these are like example cards. Three, sometimes played tech cards. I feel like Gleamweaver would be here as well. Four, strong overall cards, really solid, not auto includes. And then five would be the staples, the auto includes. Okay, does everyone get that? Do you guys get that? Because I don't think I even told you.
Oh, yeah, I read it earlier. I guess.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're just gonna kind of go through. We're gonna fill out the sheet. We're gonna fill out the sheet. I have the link to the sheet. You guys are allowed to check it out. Let me get you the link.
What?
Anyone
Something wrong with my sound? Because I'm underwater.
is Hpain underwater? No, but he doesn't have his. He's on vacation, so I don't think he has like a crazy mic right now. I think he does sound a little scuffed, but it's not bad, right? Like it's not horrendous. What's going on, Dragon Queen? Like it's listenable.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Village just sounds really good, I think. I think it's just making everyone else sound worse. Alright, so we're just going to go through. I have all the cards pulled up. I'm going to edit this sheet on my other monitor. And then you guys are just going to look at the cards. I'm going to click through the cards. Very, very professional setup we have here. Alright, so Village, you can go first. We got Spirit Storm, 2 mana death, trigger the afterlife of each friendly creature.
Right now, I don't think it's gonna be playable, but probably in the future, I would give it like a solid 3. It's a very cool effect. I think maybe in Rock Drakes, but right now I don't see any deck this will slot into right now. The setup is kind of hard. 2 mana is a lot, so I'll give it a solid 3. Good design though, very good design.
Yeah, I like the design. Does it actually go in Rock Drakes though? I don't play the deck.
I mean, over the line is irrelevant now, but if you can do Siren Rock Drake in the same turn and play this, it's pretty powerful. If they ever don't kill your Rock Drake on 2, you can go Siren on 3 with this, right?
Oh,
Not terrible.
well, do you have 6 cards in your hand?
No, maybe not. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of, though. It's never going in board by death, for sure. Maybe some Hyper Mill, but probably better cards right now than this.
What do you think, HP?
Solid 3.
I actually think I'm gonna play this in War Death. I think it's probably a 2 right now. It's probably not good enough, but I think like if you play this against an aggro deck and you drop a Siren and you play Spirit Storm, they have to deal with your Siren, right? Like they can't just let it live, and there's a very small chance that they don't deal with it, and you get a backup sleep you get 2 sleeps for 1 basically, since it doesn't actually destroy your Siren. But I think there's possibilities in scenarios where it's actually really good. And it's flexible with everything in Board Wipe Death, not just Siren, right? You can just play it on a Scarab and you get 2 sets of draws right now for 2 mana. And I think, like, I mean, I'm going to have to test it for sure. We're going to definitely test the card. I think a 1 of right now is probably very playable. Because the aggro decks that are in the meta, you just drop Siren, you play this for 2 mana. If they don't deal with your Siren, you got 2 turns of sleep. And that's already good enough to win, right? It's only light that can probably deal with it, and if without the other aggro decks really can't. Like a war deck, like they have to commit a relic or a blitz creature, and nature has no chance, right? They have to commit like a removal, and I think it's going to be solid. It's probably a 2 right now, though. Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It depends if it's. It depends all if it's like better than Flashbind or just a nipple or something like that, because it has to replace those cards, right? In Board by Death, if you want to play 1 copy. Right, that's like the.
It's situationally better if they can't deal with it, right? And then the fact that they have to commit resources to it's actually like it can be better in most.
Yeah, it actually matters.
scenarios.
Like if they have to play Canopy Barrage when they don't want to play it, and stuff like that. Like if you're against nature, which is kind of free win, or they have to attack with their Plato sticks into your Siren. It all matters. It's all relevant, right?
It's only Levy, I think that's the big issue, and that's
Yeah.
light has always been an issue, kind of. But
Yeah, and it doesn't make your light matchup any better. Like it might even
Yeah,
make it
exactly.
worse because you don't kill the siren.
Yeah, but that's already a very bad matchup, right? So it's like, like if it was a flashbind instead of this card, it probably doesn't matter that much, right? Like most of the time, gaining 2
yeah,
life or
Yeah.
putting them to sleep, it's irrelevant.
it's probably not good enough right now. So I'll give it a
Yeah.
2. You can put that at 2 for me.
I'm also
But
giving it a
future.
2.
we all like the
players.
design, right? It's a good card to have in the game, right? It's interesting.
Yeah, it could get dangerous though in the future. I think it's it's like Death has so much. They have Necronomics. Like Necronomics is just a problematic card,
Yeah.
probably. And then
It's
you just
always Necronomics that is the problem, though. Like, it's never the cards they make with Necronomics. It's always the Necronomics. Like, Over the Line wasn't the problem. It was Necronomics. And it's super annoying.
yeah, 'cause it's locked.
Yeah, because it's locked.
Okay, that was good. That was good. Let's go to this one, the Pallas Wanderwagon. 4-mana 3/6 with frontline. After a spell is cast, swap this creature's health and strength. And we know that this card, if you play this card, so it swaps on your enemy's spells and your spells. If you play this card
Yeah.
as a 3/6 and your opponent plays Canopy Barrage, this does not die. It goes to a 3/2 and then it swaps to a 2/3. So with that in mind,
No, yeah. Can't be Barrage resolves first, basically,
right?
before it swaps. You want me to start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think this is a very cool card. It's overly statted, which is pretty nice. I think we need more overstated creatures, especially in cards in Magic. I think it's gonna be okay in most Magic strategies, but never like auto include. It's probably gonna be a cheap card as well. I'm gonna give it like 3 as well, 3 out of 5. Just because the stats are so relevant, right? It's just like huge. But I don't know what is gonna be put in. It's very, very overstated. Or like nicely statted. But does it die? It dies to a blade though. It's super annoying as well.
Yeah, it does the blade. And I actually noticed, I think a lot of control magic decks are cutting that 3/5 or that 3/6 that deals 1 because
Yeah.
it dies to blade.
Yeah, it dies
So
to blade.
I don't know. I think this is pretty weak, to be honest. I'm thinking you said card draw magic. Card draw magic's already running Pyramid Wardens, and that's 2 mana. This is 4 mana, but I guess you get some potential burst damage if you swap the strength and health on your turn for like 6 ends, like an Oni basically. I just think it's worse. I don't really think it's very good.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Oh,
trash.
it's-
Maybe I just put it to 2. I'll put it to
trash.
2. Yeah. I'll put it
This
to
guy's
2. I don't
trash.
want to give it because the stat line is nice though. I just can't give it like a 1.
I'm giving it a 1.
No, I think it's bad. I mean, it's not gonna be. Are we talking about construction play? It's never gonna see play in constructive, in my
Yes,
opinion.
constructed.
It's just not good enough. So it's 1. It's not gonna see play over unannounced rival or any
But
other.
what if you like put budget free to play Magic? You think any like we would see it in
I think-
any mythic?
I think Storm Sisters is
playability?
better. I
Yeah,
definitely
Storm-
use Storm Sisters like over this for 1 more mana for sure.
Could you use both? That's my thinking because I'm thinking about like attack that doesn't have blades, and we see bunch
Well,
of those in mythic.
I would rather run unannounced arrival, I think, over this.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I don't even. I think that's just better, in my opinion. I wouldn't run this over unannounced arrival. So it's like, there's still like 3 cards I would run over it. So it's probably just a 1 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2 for the benefit of the doubt, just with some because of the stat lines are nice and it's front line. It's not that bad, like standalone.
Yeah, it is.
I'll try it out. I'll try it out. It's probably trash, but I'll try it out.
Someone's gotta try it.
Yeah.
Alright, next up the Reinnapper. 4 mana neutral, 4/3. Roar, obliterate a creature with mana cost 3 or less. After I summon a base copy of that creature. So you can obliterate your own creature, which is sometimes relevant. It definitely adds some flexibility to the card, which is always good. And obliterate does go through ward. So with that in mind, Billy, I know you were a big fan of this card when it was originally shown.
I think this is going to be the first card me and Hpain disagree on, or like clearly disagree on. I think this is like a 4. I think the tempo is just too big. Like I think it's going to be nice. I honestly think just the tempo is enough with aggro decks. if you're playing an aggro mirror and you play this and take away their thing, and then they're forced to kill it, and if they can't kill it, just getting a lot of, time to get ahead on the board. And if they don't kill it, and then you play like a 5-drop, they want to kill more than this, then they have to kill a 5-drop. I just see this snowball. And the fact that it can like reset all the cards that are getting buffed. Either like go Vicar into the 2/2 that buffs it and then buffs it again, or with Spear or whatever, you can reset those. You can reset Thundercolors, Onis. So I think this is actually going to be a staple in a lot of decks. And I could be wrong. I remember I rated Dearly Departed a high as well, really high as well. But
Yeah, this
I
is
really hope this will become good. That's my hope at least. So I'm gonna give it a big rating.
4.
Yeah, 4.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I think it's better than Dearly Departed, to be honest. I know they're like, kind of different, but Dearly Departed is such a horrendous tempo of play. This, I see what you're saying. You don't lose. It's good tempo. It's like a tempo positive play. But I still think you're gonna have to deal with the cards still. Just once they kill it. So I don't know. I think it's a 2 from me.
I think you guys are both really high. This card's trash. If it didn't have the 3 mana cost or less, it's like fine. But like, okay, what do you like after turn 4? What are you actually gonna use this on? It's just a dead card. It's a 4 mana 4/3 that's horrible.
On
And then
Celestial Stack.
it's so bad. And like, okay, you compare it to Watchful Hound, right? That's probably like the closest comparison.
Yeah.
And that card's bad, and it's not even like played. And this card has a limit on what you can use it on. You can't even use it like on a demo or anything. It's just a dead card after turn 3, and it's like you have like a 3-turn window to make it viable, and then it's just pretty much dead the whole game because it's never surviving right after turn 3 anyway. And it's probably not even surviving on turn 3 nowadays. So I think it's trash, and it's a 1. And I'm pretty confident about this.
The one thing I would say, even if they use removal and right away, you didn't lose a lot of tempo, to be fair, because they used removal on it instead of improving the board. That's just like another spectrum. I don't know. I'm probably wrong with it. It's more of a like what I want this to be than it probably actually is. But I'm just gonna keep my faith. I'll be jamming a lot of games with this card. A lot of games.
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's better than the Hound, to be honest. But the Hound is obviously horrendous.
Yeah, but this is neutral. You can't really compare, right? You can put this in other strategies.
But I'm thinking Zulite though, like.
Maybe we're sleeping on the Hound.
Zulite on what?
When was the last time we ever played the Hound last time? I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah, that's the Blade though. This doesn't.
Okay, there's way too many 4-drops for Zulite, right? Like you're not gonna put this over Hibernite. You're not putting this over Stern. You're not putting it over like what are the other 4-drops that Zulite has? There's just no way. You're not putting it to the slot here.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just bad. Yes.
It is potential. What's going on, Avocado? How's it going? All right, next card, the Avalanche Watcher, 0 mana magic Atlantean. Backline, expend all your available mana. This creature gains 1/1 for each mana expended. So you play it on 4. It's a 4/5 with backline.
This is a 1 for me. Nothing to say about this. Is just complete trash. This is like it's always behind the curve. It's never good to play this. Like ever. And Atlanteans are the saddest tribe ever. Like they're so fucking bad. So this is just 1.
Hpain.
I actually don't think this card's bad. So do you guys remember Hearthstone? They had a bunch of cards like this that would just like fill out your curve kind of thing, and they were like always playable, especially like towards the late game. I don't think it's bad. Like I think it's definitely playable, and Atlanteans is 100% playable, and I think just being able to scale with your mana and like fill out your curve is probably good. I think this has potential in the future. It's gonna be a 2 for me.
The only thing I'm gonna argue here with like GU versus Hearthstone, you always have like the pip and stuff, and our mulligan system is so much better than in Hearthstone. I remember those cards in Hearthstone, like the Shade of Naxxramas, whatever it's called, that like buffed itself or whatever.
That was a 3 mana 2/2.
There's a spell that did damage also, which was really good, where it like curved out your mana. That was really good too.
I remember also some of the curve cards that weren't that good. There was like this 1 drop that get +1/+1. It was literally this card, but I think it had frontline instead. It wasn't Druid.
I don't remember it.
I,
But that would
I,
be better if it had frontline.
Yeah, and it's so no play. But it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna give this a 1. I don't think we'll ever see this played.
I'm gonna give it a 2 because I do think it would be played in Atlanteans. It's just like so relevant right now. Like they could print like some crazy Atlantean cards, and then
Yeah,
but if
then
they
we'll change it, but we don't have those, right?
yeah, well that's why it's a 2, not a 1 though from me. But it's like if they print good Atlantean cards, does this even make the cut? Probably for a little bit until they print more. So
This doesn't protect itself. That's just a problem.
it's
I guess
flexible
it.
though.
Yeah, it is flexible. Let's give it like a little bit of a bonus stat, but you never want to go on turn 3 like a 3/4, you know,
No.
or turn 1 paper 2/3, you know.
I mean, Atlanteans have a lot of stuff that like just give everything ward and everything in protected.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
the fact that
sure.
you could play this anytime, even like as a 0, like you're not playing as a 0/1, but like you could actually just play it like as a 1 mana 1/2 with ward and protected. It would actually be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
I just think the stats are too bad. Maybe it was a 1/1, it would be okay.
I think y'all said they tried it as a 1/1. It was too good. Which
Yeah, maybe.
I don't believe. I don't know how it's possible. But
It's like a blackjack or then, which is pretty good, but blackjack or in Magic is different than blackjack or in nature.
actually that might be
So,
too good. Blackjack and Magic without confused and it's Atlantean with backline.
yeah, but they don't have wildfire.
That's true. I don't know what all the Atlantean buff cards are to be honest, because no one plays
It's
them.
only Boost Walker that's really
Yeah.
good, and then there's like one that
Face
gives
touch.
ward.
Yeah, face
Yeah,
touch.
but that's a 3-mana 3/3, so it's like also understated. So you're just playing understated creatures. You probably do good against control, but you'll just lose to every other creature strategies. So that's a problem, right?
Okay. Next card is the Curious Wandercats, 3 mana 4/3. For Deception, at the end of your turn, remove 3 durability from each relic. So they gave more Relicate to the class with the most Relicate. I think it's interesting. So at first I thought this card was garbage, but it's honestly, I could actually see it being decent in a Hidden Rush deck. It's a 4/3 that's pretty aggressive, and it does something. Relics are popular. You're not running Counterfeit in Counterfeit's like a better card overall, but you're not running Counterfeit in aggro. You could run this in aggro and not like feel bad about it. I know Squid runs Nightleaf Trapper. Like you just take that garbage out and run this thing instead. So not that bad. I think it's probably a 3 for me.
Yeah, run the Trapper as well. This card is very good. It's just weird that Deception got it because they had Counterfeit.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense to me. I think this is a solid 3 or... Like, can you rate this a 4? No, you can't because it's not that good. But it's very, very good though. Because the body is actually relevant. It's not that bad on curve, even. And it's also good against like Necroceptor, right? Because they can never play their second Necroceptor if this is still on the field. Or something like that. And you can hide it. I think this is the best relic removal now. Probably better than Goblin. I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Goblins.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd rather be more mana efficient in Hidden Rush, especially.
Yeah. It's just
I
better
personally-
stats, right? Much better stats.
I don't think the stats matter though, because you pretty much when you're playing Hidden Rush, like if you play anything that's not hidden, it's probably gonna die. And I think this is basically a 5 mana 4/2, I guess, is what I would grade it as. A 5 mana 4, because you're pretty much just gonna hide it the turn you play it. And I personally think it's garbage. I would not run this in my Hidden Rush deck. I think if you're gonna run Relic Removal, I still run the Goblin. And I'm putting this at a 1. I think it's garbage. I don't think anyone will play it. I think people will play it, but I think it's bad because I would rather be more mana efficient. I'd rather have 2 less attack for 1 less mana in Hidden Rush, especially.
I mean, the Trapper seems to be best right now. I've been playing the Trapper. It's very good in Hidden Rush. Because most of the only relic you want to get rid of is basically Necroceptor.
Yeah, and then that makes it even like you save 2 more mana then, right?
Yeah.
So it's just way better. You basically hide it after too.
But this has like more merit against like relic war if that ever becomes a thing and stuff like that. If you can hide it, they're kind of stuck because most people don't run most decks don't run that many relics, right? It's actually so you're never getting 2 relics off. But yeah, I just like the stats. I really like that.
If they lower the stats and gave it hidden, I think this card would be better. Like maybe like hidden for 1 turn, and they made like a 2/3. I think this card would actually be like playable. It's just...
That'd be kind of sick.
That'd be insane.
Maybe too good. Yeah, maybe too good, right?
Yeah. Or like a 3 mana 2/2, then like even like goblin stats, but it's hidden. You know, that would actually made it like good. You know, I don't know. I think it needed to be hidden or something to be playable.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm rating this a 3. I think it's gonna be solid. It's also good if more people come into the game and we need more, and there are not enough goblins. Lol.
Alright, I like it. Next card. Fir Tree's Fury. Love this art. 5 mana nature spell. Deal 1 to the weakest enemy creature. If there are no enemy creatures, summon a 1/1 Frosty Fruit. Repeat 4 times. So, if they have 3 1/1s on their board and you play this, you will kill all 3 of them and summon 2 1/1 Frosty Fruits, which are these things that deal 1 damage to the weakest enemy creature. So when they revealed this, I was hoping it was like give an enemy creature -1/-1, so it did like 2 things. Just dealing 1 seems pretty weak to me.
This is just a 1. This is trash. Never gonna
Yeah.
see any play. They needed to draw on death or something to be relevant. This is just never gonna kill anything, right? So it's behind the power or like the mana curve. Gonna be behind.
Yeah, it's bad into armor too. And does nature really need more like just removal? It doesn't need this type of removal. It has the hunt. It has like wildfire basically is removal. Vines. It doesn't need this. It needs end to wars is what it needs.
Yes.
But y'all said it was OP at 4 mana. Like he said, it was OP, like insane at 4.
Yeah, I don't see this being insane at 4 as well. I don't see it. Like also like even if you would like get 5 1/1s, there's so many things in the meta right now that just deal with that shit. Like you just Savage Strike, whatever. It's like it's just trash. 1/1s are so bad into you, like because of god powers, right? As well. I don't know. It's just an armor. This is just trash. Yeah, or do both. Like this is low hanging fruit, but low hanging fruit does both, right? For 1 mana.
What did you guys grade? What did you grade it? Really?
I gave it a 1.
What did you give it, Clutch?
I think a 2.
I don't know.
Actually,
every time I look at this, you're giving it a 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
What I think you guys are really low on this card. I think control nature. The biggest issue is wide boards right now, and you don't really have a wide board clear until Enchanted Vines, right? And this helps you get it out 2 turns earlier. I think this card is actually playable in control nature, and I think you guys graded it way too low. Because if you look at the aggro decks in the meta right now, it's gonna be like Hidden Rush. I mean, this just destroys Hidden Rush for sure. This is like a 1 card counter to Hidden Rush. Zoo Light is probably gonna remove 2 creatures.
Protective Benediction or whatever it's called.
Oh, I mean, yeah. But, I mean, what does nature? What are you running over this though? Like in this slot, in the mid-range slot though. Like what are you running to survive from 4 and 5 to control nature right now?
Blades,
that you would play over this.
Blades, Avatar of Nature.
It's just Blade, right? And then so like if they play a Blade, you can actually play this against Blade, and then you'll get like proactive play basically that they have to deal with your fruits and everything.
You can probably play Falling Star, and that's probably better.
What are the control? They're not even running Falling Star right now. It's actually just Blades, right? And what else is that?
Nakaro's been doing good with Falling Star in his list, but he was running a bunch of weird 1/5 5-drops. But I played that deck yesterday. It was okay.
I think this is actually going to be a staple in control nature.
You think so?
I think so. I think you should definitely be playing this because the aggro decks are pretty much walking on you. The way you lose is pretty much like with Zoo Light, you're just getting walked on, and you don't really have answers to wide boards with Canopy, and it's just this is probably what they need, but it might not be enough. But I think you
Yeah.
still want to run it in.
You talk about control aggro nature, which is already a bad matchup. I just don't see the board states where this is gonna be good. And like hit and rush is already your like auto win matchup. Like you should never lose with against hit and rush as control nature. It's just like you're like 90% or something.
I'm gonna
It's
put
so
this as
good.
a 3 right now. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. I think you guys are actually making it way worse. I think it's playable.
Yeah, I mean, I will play with all
You
these
guys have it
cards.
as unplayable right now, right?
Yeah, just one.
I raised it to a 2. You convinced me a little bit.
Yeah. So I have it at 3 right now. You can put me at 3 for this one.
I got you. The fruits are wild, might be relevant, but not if you're thinking control nature. So I don't know. Is it playable in Mythic? Sambam said to get out of the closet. Your mic sounds like butt. Hpain, I think he's talking to you.
I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, I'm on vacation right now. I
He's
can't
on
really do
vacation,
anything.
Sambam. Relax, bro. All right,
I
next
know.
card is the Thawed Heart. 2-mana light spell. Light spell. Obliterate your opponent's void for each creature. Obliterate. Heal your god for 1.
How do you
So
rate this card?
So I thought this card was insane at first, but someone in the balance chat made a good post, I thought, about why it's not so great. I think it was, I don't remember who it was. It started with a G. But he said, as control light, like you obviously don't run this in aggro light, but as control light, you're probably transforming, obliterating, and soullessing your almost all of your opponent's creatures anyway. This will probably not heal for 10 around turn
Never.
8. See, I originally thought it was like a return to the cave, but it's probably not
What?
healing that much. And then
No,
do you
it's hitting
even
like 3?
Against
no?
zombies, it will.
It'll be more than 3. But I'm
Yeah,
thinking like on
against
turn 8.
zombies, yeah.
Turn 8, it's
It's
probably
very
like
good
5.
against zombies. I mean, you can play maybe one of it in some metas because you have Enlightenment, but this is not that much better than a Gleamweaver.
No, it's definitely
Gleamweaver
better
is
than
more flexible.
Gleamweaver.
No, it's not much better, for sure. Gleamweaver is a 1-mana card and a 2/2 body, and you can take away the relevant. It's very good against Arcane Burst if that ever becomes meta again, and good against like
It's a 1-card counter.
yeah,
Nubians.
Nubians. Yeah, but that's already a good matchup, right?
Right. Which is why it's not that crazy. It's not as good as I thought. Um, it's probably it. It's
And
probably it.
and I think even if you remove zombies void, right? If you're playing against zombies, that's not how you usually lose. If you gain like 15 because they kill you in like one swing at some point when they finally can unorder their cards or stuff like that, and get that one swing and then corpse explosion or overline you. That's how usually zombies beat you with against control light. It's not like 8 or 10 life is gonna help you that much on average. But I don't know. I give this in certain metas this will be strong, but in a lot of metas this will be useless. I'm gonna give this a 2, I think.
Okay.
And I think
That is a 2
Gleamweaver
also.
is better. I think Gleamweaver is
It's
better.
definitely a card that's going to be decent in the future. I think it's not. It's probably not good right now. There's not that much void interaction, but I mean, if Death ever gets like high void interaction, this is like a 1-card counter to like the whole archetype or to the whole god, right? Like at some point, it's just going to be something good, but it's probably not good enough right now. So it's a 2.
Yeah.
But also, smart Danubian players play around Gleamweavers, right? It's usually just the bad ones that are losing to Gleamweavers. You know,
No,
not the bad ones, but like
you beat a Nubians.
Yeah.
Anyway, you just beat a Nubians. You can't play around everything because the Soulless transform. This thing now, like.
Yeah, I mean it's very good against those 2 decks, Arcane Burst and the Nubians.
Yeah, I think it's a 2. It might be.
And it's good against Antiwar.
It might be a 3. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a 3. I don't know. That was a really good argument that guy made. It's like you're not really healing for much, and you're not. It's not like you're cutting the obliterate a creature cards. You're not cutting Yukos. You're not cutting levies.
And you can play your Pyramid Warden later. You can play this and then Pyramid Warden, and they're not gonna get anything back. But
It's broken in the mirror, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.
So it's a good tournament card in the mirror for sure.
Yeah, this is a tournament card. But like on average on ladder, it's not gonna be that relevant. Like on average. Like even if you proc their Antiwar for a bit, it's probably not gonna matter that much.
It might.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah,
art.
it might. Yeah, it's very good art. I agree, and I like the design. I like the card.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Party Boy Craig, but I think so. Like the cards, the interaction, the main void interaction right now is Martyr, right? And you have a lot of threats to deal with Martyr. You have a lot of answers to Martyr that, like, Yukos is in every control light deck. You have Levy, so I think it's like, but it's not like auto include, and I think that's what you're putting it at, right?
And I also think all the examples he made there you can replace with Gleamweaver. Just to say, Martyrs, Gleamweaver is better. Against Sport Death, Gleamweaver is better. Pyric.
This is better than
It's
Gleamweaver, bro.
hard. Not on average.
I-
Gleamweaver is a
it
2/2.
is.
Like you can Soul Survivor with your Gleamweaver. You can Soul Survivor with
This
this.
is
This is
light.
light, yeah. But you can tempo Gleamweaver though. You can't tempo this with Spear, right? You can make Gleamweaver
Yeah.
a threat.
Good. Alright,
Being a
Next-
2/2 is very relevant.
this card. I don't know. I give it a 3. Oh, here's this one. The Woodcutter Imp. 2 mana 3/3 for war. God Blitz. After this creature attacks, your god takes damage equal to the damage dealt.
Sorry. One more thing for Craig. Also, Gleam, you can't get back with duty and stuff, which is
Yeah.
also like a key factor. And like you pretty much, the fact that you can Gleam multiple times is kind of the same thing. Also, with your running inescapable duty, and the flex. Like, I think Gleam's just better for that. Sorry, that's all I want to add to that. Also,
And also the tempo is tempo positive. Or tempo even, I guess. Yeah, you can go to the next one, sorry.
Alright, this thing. Seems like a 5. 4? 5? This is a 5, right?
This is a 5.
best card in the set. I think it's actually really
Yeah.
good.
Underbrush spore level? Question mark?
It's gonna get nerfed, I think, though. I don't think you can leave it like this.
Yeah, I think
it might be
so.
at 2-3 at some point.
Or 3/2 maybe? 3/1?
Just kidding.
3/2?
No, I think 2-3. I think you have to lower the attack. You can't leave it like this.
Yeah, this is
Card's
gonna get
good.
nerfed. This is Underbrush spore. This is maybe better than Underbrush spore. Just because of
I was-
early tempo and turn 2, right? On average.
Yeah, it's just, you got like the tempo positive against aggro, and then like imagine like you run a control war with just like a combo with Whetstone Unrestrained. This is actually like this plus Sharpen is actually the same damage as a like
It's a
magic
Leroy.
missile launcher.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
Leroy.
it's
This is stupid.
It's more than
This
a
was a
Leroy.
mistake. Yeah, this was a mistake for sure. This is the worst card in the set. We're all gonna lose to this a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is the type of card that can like make a new archetype. Like, I was drafting up some potential aggro war, but like not really aggro war. It has like a finisher with this thing and sharpens. Like, I think this is insane. Hpain's where? He's at the beach right now. He sent us a picture of his body.
This is like one of the few cards I've seen in GU that's like literally good against everything. It's never bad in any matchup, right? Because if you're playing against control, you just play it on 2 and go to their face. You keep going to their face. Against aggro, you're gonna get a value trade. This is actually just ridiculous, right? This actually maybe lets like control war raise some combo decks.
That's
Like, no
true.
joke. This actually makes them maybe raise them. This is like insane. This is just not okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you ran this in control, but you might just do it. Maybe you tech the sharpen for potential.
You definitely run
reach.
this in control.
You definitely run this. You
100%.
definitely 100%. It's really good.
You run
the
this
best
in
card
everything.
Buy your Sharpens now, not financial advice. But
Alright,
you
you
If
don't have
anybody is thinking about, but I'm gonna lose life, you all run weapons and you lose some life with your weapons. This is basically just a weapon in that sense. This is just like, yeah, this is the one card I'm like, how did this go through? Like,
That's a good way to look at it. It's basically a 2 mana 3/2 relic with God Blitz. Right? 3/2. It's probably not attacking 3 times. It's probably hitting 2 things.
yeah,
At
two
most.
things.
So,
Warax, anyone? Does anybody remember Warax?
old
from Hearthstone?
Warax. Yeah,
Old
this thing's
Warax.
insane. Holy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just ridiculous.
You remember Alex Strauss' Champion? Was that what it's called? The if you had a dragon, it was a 3/3 with like rush, and it was just such a broken tempo card like early. But
Why would you
this
ever
one's
play
also a
Tavern
finisher.
Brawler when you have this? Like,
No, you won't.
yeah,
It's
like,
really good.
this is-
It's getting
Like,
nerfed,
Tavern-
right?
Yeah, this is getting nerfed. Like, I don't know how, but like, like Tavern Brawler is like one of the best 2 drops in the game. Like, then you get this, and you're like, oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
This
pretty
makes me
insane.
think.
Silly. It's definitely silly. Hand before. I think it's just too meme. I think you just slot this in. The
Yeah.
war that I'm envisioning for like a combo version is more board based. Like this sharpens sticky minions. I have a build, but we'll come back to it when it releases.
This could even just be a 2/2 or whatever. It has God Blitz. No, probably not a 2/2. Then it's unplayable. Like a 2/3 or 3/2, whatever. 3/3 is
I think
insane.
it's fine. I like.
2/2 with God Blitz, like the sharp with that, the sharpen on any relic is already like a 10 damage combo for like 4 mana, right? It's actually not.
It's like 11
Yeah.
minimum, basically, with Plate of
Yeah.
Sticks.
Any God Blitz
Yeah,
that's under 3 is, I think even at a 2/2, I think it might still be played. 2/3, it's definitely getting played still, I think.
yeah,
Over
2/3 is
$7.
God Blitz is insane. It's a mechanic that shouldn't be in the game, in my opinion. They took it out of Hearthstone. You know, they don't have God
Yeah,
Blitz
they did.
anymore in Hearthstone. They took out shards. It's a
For
stupid
the most
mechanic.
part. For the most part.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this with a sharpen is 12 damage on like a 3/2 relic. That's 4 mana, deal 12. Leroy was a 6/2, and it gave your opponent minions. That's crazy.
yeah, but like that was a 4-drop, right? And then became a 5-drop.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
5
like-
now.
Yeah.
So-
The minions from Leroy were kind of irrelevant because he killed them every time he played a Leroy.
Yeah, no, actually, they usually just. Yeah, that's true. Just
Or
get
you
it.
were losing, like it's
Yeah.
either like.
But still,
yeah.
just put it in perspective of how insane this card is. I
Yeah,
hope everyone
yeah.
realizes how insane this is.
This is something you
So you
should
guys
be
get
playing.
5s, right?
This will get one weekend ranked at least, I think. At least one.
It's
Maybe
a 5, but
two.
it's getting nerfed.
Yeah, it's gonna get nerfed for sure. Like first card nerfable. I agree. The other ones are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to see all of it. Yeah, but I think this is the only one that's getting nerfed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
now we
I
have
think.
Take the Reins, 3 mana war spell. Gain control of the strongest enemy creature with less strength than the strongest friendly creature until the end of the turn. And power 4, gain control of any enemy creature to the end of the turn. So it's like a 3 mana Umber Arrow, a conditional 3 mana Umber Arrow in war, or you could use it as like a that 8-drop that just takes the creature for a turn.
Charm.
This card
Sure.
sucks, right?
No, it doesn't suck, but it's not good. It's not terrible because it's a lot of damage. But it's,
Yeah, I think this card.
it's not great though.
I think this card's bad. Like, how often? Okay, like you're gonna demo. This is probably the best case scenario. Right? You're playing this on set, like you're demoing, and then they have to have something under 4 that you want to steal, and it's like, what do you actually want to steal that has under 4 attack? It's probably like just horrible. There's like no
Oh,
situation where this is
Are
good.
you thinking it in the control? I'm thinking it in like aggro.
Oh, you're playing this in aggro.
I think so. You just go face, right?
So
That's how
what
I
do you?
thought about
so
it.
You're playing like Valka, and then you're gonna have it
Yeah,
alive.
Thunder
and then
Caller, or you Serum, Red Tomb Serum, and then next it's like a win more. But it can be
Yeah.
like 6 damage, right? I don't know. It's pretty bad. I agree, but it's probably not. Yeah, Sneaky Bruiser. Play a Sneaky Bruiser, then you do this and lethal them.
I mean, it's better late game, really, because if you have a big minion, take their slightly smaller minion.
Yeah, it's also
And for 3
cheap on
mana.
that turn. You can go like Sneaky Bruiser on 5 and like turn 3 this, Pippa, Blade of Sticks, and attack for a lot. You know, a lot. Like
Yeah, that's
probably
true.
close to 20 damage.
With
You're not
Bruiser.
playing this card. You're not playing this card
Yeah.
in the. You're just gonna
Yeah.
run like a Scythe and Shell instead, right? It's just better.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no, I'm trying to find some scenarios, right? I kind of agree it's not good, but I wanna give it some credit because it's kind of unique. If they play like a big front line that nobody's playing, but if they play a big front line, you take the front line and you have a Sneaky Bruiser and you can attack a lot, like for lethal or whatever. I don't know. I think this is better than a 1 though. I think this is like a 2 or a 3. This is not completely trash. I think. I can see some
I agree.
scenarios.
It's a 2. I think it's a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it's a little bit better than, like these effects are always kind of sneaky.
I think it's unplayable because it requires you to have a board, and if you don't have a board, it's dead. Like if you're behind on board, it's absolutely
for
dead.
sure.
So like it's a 1.
I'm thinking it as a like a red film serum kind of thing where you just kill him. But yeah, maybe. Maybe
I
it's
think
just
it's too
fast.
expensive. It's way too expensive for having to have that condition. I think it's like if you're behind, there's no way this card ever sees play. You can't really do
Yeah,
anything.
but that's the same I say with Red Film Series. Red Film Series is very bad if you're behind, right? Like usually.
Aggro War's just bad if it's behind.
Yeah, so I'm like thinking this could do something. And then some other times you have like a Thundercaller that it can't kill, and the setup of board you play this and trade. I don't know. I'm gonna give this some potential. Like I'm being awfully nice with some of these cards.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misread it actually. So it's a 7 mana. It's actually a charm at 7. That's actually not bad. Okay, I guess it's kind of playable in like a heavy control deck. I guess I think that's probably the best case use for it. Because I don't think you're running this in aggro. It's a 2 then for me.
You could run that 4 mana guy that says reduce the cost of your empower cards by 1, and then this is 6 mana. You can do it. That makes it a little better. Mobilize.
Everybody's favorite.
What'd you say? Oh yeah,
Garen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Ooh, with Mobilize as well.
Mobilize.
It gets cheaper.
It gets cheaper.
That makes it more relevant, to be fair. But yeah.
You could get this down to like 4 mana. You know, actually, yeah, 4 mana. You can get it down to 4 mana.
I think this has more potential than like. I think this has some potential at least.
Actually, I think it does. I'm actually gonna play this for sure. We're gonna test this out. I didn't realize the 7. I thought the 7 still had the condition. It didn't. Okay, so we're good. It's playable.
Yeah, I gave it like a 3.
Or 2. Hpain.
Ooh. You're gonna say it's future playable or now?
I think it's playable. I think it's playable right now. In control. I think you could actually use this as a finisher control. We'll see.
We actually been kind of similar on most of the cards, by the way. Hpain. It's not been that distance as I thought it would be.
Yeah. I think this is fairly straightforward, but
yeah. I mean, there's some like Reinnapper. I'm mostly just banking on being good, even though I kind of know it's bad.
Alright, we got Winter's Bounty, 6 mana nature spell. Reno Jackson, set your gods, max health to 40, heal your god for 20. So, I was saying that the one thing that nature didn't really need is more healing. Their god power heals, they have double compost charm already. Do they really need this as well? I think no. I don't think this helps your control matchups that much. If you know, it probably helps a little bit. It's really annoying with Slayer, but you're not running this and compost charms, right? That's just so much. This isn't what control nature needed either. I don't think. So, I think it's like
I disagree.
A 2.
I disagree. I played Control Nature yesterday and lost to some Anubians, and I was thinking all the time, if I just had Winter's Bounty, I would never lose this matchup. Because I didn't have Winter's Bounty, I was losing that matchup. So it gives...
Really? Like 20 healing's enough? Anubians is like 100 damage.
Yeah, but you also have 2 compost charms and you have weapon removal. With 2 compost charms and demos, it all adds up. Ethereal. You're getting a lot, and your hero power. You get there, I'm telling you. I think this is like a 4. Actually, I think it's auto-include in every nature deck. Control nature. It's not ridiculous though, but I think it's very powerful. 20 life is a lot.
What matchup is this helping control nature right now? Like, is it only Anubians? Is it only Anubians?
Card draw magic as well. You actually have outs against card draw magic now.
I mean, wasn't it like decent against card draw magic regardless with all the healing you had?
Not after Pyrotic Knowledge was introduced. It became very hard because they can kind of set up like 30 damage turns because you're not pressuring them enough.
I mean, I see this like it's probably a staple in control nature. I think
that's what I see.
But that's the only thing. I think you're running. You're only running 1 of these, right? You're not running 2 of these.
I think you're running 2. I think you're running 2. I think so. I think you have to ensure the first one. You need to draw the first one. Against a lot of matchups, you don't need to, but you need to draw one, and you need the consistency of drawing it. It's like with caves, right? You don't always need both caves. You usually need the first one to get there, but we always ran 2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's probably a 4 for me. I mean,
and also think fatigue, right? When you go into fatigue against control, you can just play one of these and pass, and like you're just so ahead of fatigue all of a sudden. Like it's very good in fatigue. because you spend 6 mana, right, and you get 20 life. And usually
Nature's
fatigue is just like you're playing APOC for gaining 7 and stuff like that.
Control Nature's always been good at fatigue because they only
Yeah,
have
yeah,
draw.
that's for sure,
So
for
they're,
sure.
they're usually ahead. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be played in Control Nature. I think it's probably a 4. I
Yeah,
don't think it's very good though.
yeah,
As far
I
as
agree
like
with that.
Control Natures
Uh,
is bad. Like it's just not good usually.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a 4 though. It's a playable card in that archetype.
yeah, I agree with what you said there. I don't think it's that good, but it's just so important in some scenarios. And we're always going to see it as a 2-off in every Control Nature. And I bet you guys that you will see a lot of Acro Natures running this in the beginning. A lot of people will run this and say like, oh, it's blah, 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 it's good there, and it's going to be incorrect. People are going to be running it in their Acro Natures. I'm certain of it.
I think it allows you to be a little greedier too with Control Nature.
Yeah.
And it's probably good enough.
And
The
this
problem
also,
is
you
like
can play
get
this
tempoed
on...
out.
Sorry?
The problem with Control Nature though is you get tempoed out and you don't really have wide board removal. Like
Yeah.
that's the biggest
Yeah, for
concern
sure.
though. It doesn't solve the problem.
But this also allows you like play this on 6, and then you can probably play your Theory almost safer, or your Photogenesis or whatever, because you will be at like 20 or something when you're at that turn, and maybe you can clear the board. But yeah, I also played a game yesterday like where I had 3 Enchanted Vines against Acro Nature, and it wasn't good enough. like it's like Enchanted Vines is not good when they have 5 creatures and one of them has 5 health. You just feel horrible. This is like, I can't even play it. But yeah.
Alright. Maybe I'm sleeping on it. 20 is a lot of health. Like it's
a
literally
lot
a
of
Reno.
health. Yeah. And how many times have you been holding Compost Yarn when you have like 30 life, right? That's a lot of times. But this is more flexible as well.
Compost cycles itself, which is not like you could actually just throw it for a card. This one
I mean,
doesn't.
compost is kind of ridiculous as well. It's like one of the one relevant Genesis card left, like one of 20, whatever. Ooh. Let's give it a 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking about raising it.
Ooh.
I don't know.
2 is very low.
I mean, you're not running this in Control Nature if you play it. You're telling me you're just gonna ignore this card? It doesn't exist.
Just playing something else?
Yeah,
That's what I mean. That's what Clutch is saying it too. Like you're not gonna play it right now.
Does this
Like if
out
you're
heal
playing Control
Slayer?
Nature.
Does this make the Control War matchup winnable?
Control
What
Nature's
do you mean?
favorite against it.
Yeah.
Not the ones
What do
I
you
run
mean?
into.
Yeah, because they don't have Therial. I've seen you play a lot of those and they don't have Therial,
I
and
ran
that's why
into
you
Control
win.
Nature with Daryl. Bro, it doesn't matter.
And you
It doesn't
lose.
matter. No. I'm very positive against. I'm very positive against Control Nature with Control War, except like 2. When I
I
mispick my TP.
I'm telling you, Control Nature is favorite against Slayer. We can run the numbers if you want after the stream. I'll play you all night.
Alright, I'll take you up on that. I'll raise it to 3. You guys convinced me. But I don't think. I definitely don't think it's a 2 of. That's insane. It's 6 mana do nothing. They don't have much. I don't know. That's true, Droopy. That is true. Okay, we're gonna move on. Candy Chain, 3 mana Deception Relic. After you play a spell, shuffle a Candy Link into your opponent's deck and remove 1 durability from this relic. It's a 05 and a Candy Link. Cast when drawn, discard a random card, then draw a card. So discard is to the void, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this card because you hate it.
Yeah, I hate this card.
Yeah, I love this. But it's probably unplayable because it's so tempo negative. Maybe you can convince me this is one of the win conditions in Deception. But imagine you play this against another Deception player and they play Counterfeit. How bad are you gonna feel? Like you're gonna be crying all day.
You just steal it back.
Yeah, true. But like also the relevancy of, okay, you play this, right? And then next turn you have to play spells, right? And then they have like 1 in 22 to draw 1 candy cane. Like when is it gonna be that relevant? It's probably a good tournament card, to be fair. I'm gonna give it like a 2. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I see the potential. 2 or 3. I'll stick with 2 now.
I think it's insane. I think it's a 4. You're playing with literally 10 less cards than your opponent if they get double Candy Cane out, which it can't be that difficult. Plus,
It's very difficult. What do you
it
mean?
can't be that difficult. Plus, you have you said it was bad tempo, but Control Deception's early game is already insane with Umber Arrows. Armor Lurkers, Stone Skin, very cheap spells like Umber.
Armor
And
Lurker doesn't trigger this though.
I know, I'm just
Do
saying
you
the
even
early
have
game
10
is
spells?
what?
Do you have like 10 spells that you're just gonna
Yeah,
cast?
exactly.
Like,
Do you
full
I
have
will
10
put 10
spells?
spells in the deck. Dude, discarding a card is insane against any non-aggro deck.
Okay,
That is
but while
insane.
okay, so this is gonna be your strategy of doing it, but can't you just play up Wither Fingers and hide it 3 times and kill him like that? Like, can't you just do it easier or play a Jason and toast it? Like, there's just easier ways to win the game than having this, because this is a win condition basically. You're saying,
It
okay,
is.
if you take the cards out of your opponent, you'll win, but there are easier ways to win than this. Except if you're playing like in a tournament. I can see this being played in a tournament deck, for sure. If you know your opponents have a heavy control lineup, you know. But you're playing against fucking aggro nature, you're never gonna play this on 3. Like, what? When are you gonna play this?
Yeah, I mean, you don't play it against aggro nature. You do something
Yeah,
better.
but you'd rather have this as a Wither Fingers, because you have to remember you're taking something out to put this in, right? What are you taking out?
I don't
You're
know.
taking out a win condition. Because that's what you need to do. Or you're taking out Therial. You'd rather have Therial than
No.
this, right?
Not
You'd
taking
rather
out-
have this than Therial?
No, you're not taking out there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
gotta
but
be
what are you taking
things
out
that
though?
people were running patient pickpockets. I've seen them. You can take that out easily. I don't. I have to look at the
No,
list.
no.
You're forcing this into your list. I'm forcing it. I'm not gonna play it. I hate it. I hope no one plays it.
Yeah,
Honestly, I hope it's awful. I hope it's terrible. I hope it's the worst card in the game. I
yeah.
hope no one. I hope we didn't see a
By
single.
the way, chat, I have to say this. Klutz is the biggest control deception hater in the world, but he has never lost to the deck. I've never seen him lost to CTI. He gets CTI'd on 5, bits about this for like 20 minutes and then wins the game. By top taking
Okay.
Devouring Plate every time. I've
Okay.
never seen him lose to CTI. Like, ever.
Okay, that doesn't mean that it's fair or should be in the game.
What do you mean? It's perfectly balanced
It's
if you
not
never lose to
balanced.
it.
It's horrendous. This card is to void, yeah. It's bad for the game. I think this card will either get nerfed or it's just going to be hated by the community. Just like CTI. No one likes CTI.
It's gonna be hated by the whales holding their demos and crying about demos getting discarded. That's the people that are gonna complain about it.
If I play against this card, you shuffle 10. I'm playing with an 18 card deck with the cutthroats. 18 cards. You're stealing 12 of my cards. I'm just not playing with. Like, that's just fantastic.
And you, okay, I play this, and then you play your second imp and hit me for 6, and I'm dead. That's what's gonna happen.
I hope you're right. I hope it's bad.
Yeah, this is
Jeez.
bad. What do you think, Hpain?
Yeah, what do you think?
The card is I mean, it's like a 2, right? It's like just meta dependent because the card is getting no value against aggro at all, and aggro is actually like 80% of the meta, I would say, like for like the last year.
I think the stats are like 90% of the meta.
Yeah, it's actually just probably unplayable.
Yeah.
And you're not playing it. You're just gonna lose. The win rate of this card is gonna be really low because it's just not good against aggro. So it's, I mean, it has future potential. So it's just a 2 for me.
All right. Hope you guys are right. I really hope you guys are right. We have neutral, 1 mana, 2/2, unexpected gift. Roar, heal each card for 3. After I shuffle a base copy of this creature into your opponent's deck. This is neutral healing. I honestly don't know what to think of this card.
I love this. I love this. I can finally play Toasted Piece and be happy. And I can play Forge Snowbound Shenanigans. I'm gonna meme with this a lot. You can even play this, Empire Reborn, or whatever it's called, the LV card. And then you play Spirit card that triggers Afterlife, and then you put 5 gifts into the deck. That's
so
what I'm gonna be doing.
So you think it's a meme
Yeah.
card?
I think it's both meme and good. Because like with Deception, right, with Toasted Piece, and even with Force Snowbounds, even people wanna be flaming me. You can play Force Snowbounds with what's it, the Mimic called? It's like a slime thing.
Mimicus? Or
No.
Friendly Mimic. Friendly Mimic.
Friendly Mimic. So you can do Force Snowbound on this, target your demo, right? Make your demo cost 1. And then you play a demo and Friendly Mimic it. See? That's insane.
Okay, why can't you do that now with like a one mana?
Because this gains you live, right? It gives you more time to
Okay.
set it up.
It's just a better one drop.
Yeah, because you had Gleamweaver and you had the one. There's a 2/1 that makes a creature go to sleep for 1 mana. You had those, and you could bounce Badgers from your opponent against nature, but you always beat nature anyways, and that makes the demo cost 0. but this just guarantees more shenanigans, and then you can like target your Jason, friendly mimic your Jason against control, and then you can have an endless Jasons. So a lot of cool synergies.
Okay, but do you think it's good just standalone in like control magic?
Control magic? No,
I would just
probably
name a
not.
control deck.
Yeah, no. I think GU has evolved from it. I think it's only playable in some deception variants.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the god that needs the most healing, right? You're not putting this in your control war deck
Right.
or control light. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this a 3. I think it's fine.
I think you guys are sleeping on this card. So like, if you know 100% you're gonna be playing against aggro, you're probably like gonna put 2 of these in there. It has a chance to brick your opponent's draw too, if you think about that. It's like you
1 in
you get
20.
it. Yeah, it can happen though. Like if especially like
Yeah, it's equity for sure.
yeah, and I mean it's, but that's like you have to know what you're running. I don't think it's gonna make any control list right now though. It's it's definitely like a feature card to think about.
Yeah.
Deception's the only one that lacks healing, pretty much, and magic, and I don't think it takes over any of the magic or deception slots. But I think it has feature like equity for sure. Like especially if you can clone cards and stuff, like with magic later. I think if there's alternative clone options that you can just get multiple healing, it's probably going to be played.
Yeah.
It's like a 2 though right now. I think
That's what
2 or
we're
3.
talking about with like the friendly mimics potential as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the deck I played in the Lights Verstic tournament, I played Deception with Toasted Piece. I would have definitely ran at least 1 copy of this in the deck. Like I was
Yeah.
thinking about running Combat Medic. I'm not even joking, but I didn't. But like,
Okay, yeah, it's better than that. But
yeah,
you said it bricks their draw, but does it really brick their draw? And they play it, and
yes,
then okay, they're an aggro deck, and they play it, and then you kill it, and it bricks your draw as well.
no, because you like the healing.
Yeah, I think I'd rather play like a
Because
demo or a
if they
board wipe.
play it though, you gain 3 life. You know that. Then you gain 6. You're gaining a
Yeah,
lot if they play it.
I
And
don't
then
know.
I think this card is pretty
It's
good.
just slowing down to getting like board wipes.
Yeah, it is. But like now we're talking about very unlikely draws of sequences.
Most of the time you're
First of
holding your
all,
board wipes, you just can't get there. I think that's the thing with control. You're
Okay.
pretty much holding like a board wipe. You're just not getting there yet because you're
yeah.
dying.
And your scenario is like they get the 1 in 20 to draw it, and then you get the 1 in 20 to draw it, or 1 in 19 or whatever. That's like insanely low odds to happening.
You also running toast to piece anyway, right? Like that's
Yeah.
like in this, so it's probably I think it's a 2. Hpain, you really hyped
That's
it up, and then
already
you said
like
it's a 2.
that's already a heal pot if you think about it. If you can toast to piece put toast to piece it, right? You're getting 6. That's a
Hey,
lot.
yeah, card, the priest card, was actually ran and it was 4 healing, right? In every single protection
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
So this
different
is
meta
like only,
though. There was not as much burst back then, but yeah, for sure.
yeah.
But for sure, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's super. It's like a good feature card. I think it's only gonna get better.
Yeah, I think this will be good than Sleep Deception, or like not even Sleep Deception, just regular Control Deception running Toast to Piece.
Yeah, it's
Because I
definitely
think,
deception.
yeah, for
And I
sure.
own the
Maybe
deception.
Magic, like Hpain talked about. I can see it in Magic as well. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Alright, sounds good. Chat, for the people that just tuned in, here's the sheet that we're editing. I'm putting all of
Almost
the
done.
things in it. Yeah, almost done. Yeah, almost done. Okay,
see.
next up, Guiding Light. 1 mana light spell. Draw the chosen one from your deck. Empower 3. Also give it +2/+3 and protected.
Okay, I just want clarification from you two pros. The chosen one is always a random creature, right?
Yeah, unless you set it as like a.
Yeah.
Unless you only have 1 creature.
Yeah, I think this is insane, right? This is bonkers.
In chosen one.
No, just in any light, right?
No.
You just played
Coronet.
it.
In Coronet Light, this is like the best card.
But why? You just played and everything. Like, think about the creatures you run in Control Light. Like, what creature don't you want to draw in Control Light? Ever. And you're just guaranteeing it.
Wait, what do you mean you're guaranteeing it?
Like, to
You're just
draw a
spinning your
decent
deck.
card. Yeah, you're just
You're just
thinning
thinning your deck.
cards, right?
Yeah.
You already run Sigil though. Is this better than Sigil? Okay, so it'd have to replace Sigil.
Yeah, because it has upside of in the late game you can do it for 4 and get a fucking protected demo or protected. Even if you get a protected informant or embalmer, it's a lot, right?
Yeah, I
Like-
honestly didn't even think of playing with Empower.
So like in the early game when you need to, and you know you're playing against aggro, right? You start with this in your hand, you just play it on 1. And then if you're playing against control decks, you just play it on 4 to get more value, right? It's so flexible. Because what are you playing on 1 in control light? And I think you can even play it in aggro light. No joke, because your mana slot is so flexible. At some point you're going to be floating 1 mana. And you would just like to play this, right? Into your mana curve. I think this is
Yeah,
actually a 4.
I don't see it making aggro at all. But I think control is definitely playable. I don't think you want to run this. You'd rather just draw 1 drop, right, and just play it.
No, but you don't play this on
Yeah.
1 in aggro. I think it's better on 4 or later. 'Cause
Yeah,
sometimes it
no,
goes
no.
late game.
I don't think you
So-
can take a tempo loss on 4 with aggro light.
No, you
No,
don't
no,
play
you
on
don't
4.
take you don't take out tempo cards for this. Like you play the same curve, you take out like some of the later stuff, I guess, for this. Like so it wouldn't be like you can take out canonize for this. That's what I'm saying. Maybe not.
No.
But is canonize being ran even? Don't think so. It's just so flexible, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. No, I think you play late game in aggro light. Like you just like sometimes it gets to 6. You play this, get a 3, or get a 4/6. No, it's a 5/6 Inquisitor summons with protected Inquisitor's informant.
Yeah.
So it's
Pretty
what?
sick.
I mean, that makes it like a 6 mana 5/6 with protected. Give order 3. Wait, you drew a card
This is
with the
This is
flexibility.
this is auto and control, right?
I don't think
It-
so. I don't
It
think
would
it's
have
auto.
to. It would have to replace Sigil.
I don't think
Is
I
it?
don't think it's better than Sigil. You think it's better than Sigil?
I don't know. It would have to though. You can't run both.
Why can't you run both?
That's a
I
lot.
think Enlightenment's already enough, and then Sigil's already like just good healing against aggro. I mean it's a good card. It's solid, and it's not really broken though. I don't think it's even close to that.
Yeah, I think this is like in like practice. This could be better than in theory when you think about it. Like you're just gonna have the spots that you don't think about right now, where you just this is pretty nice to draw, and I can even empower it, and I'm not losing too much or whatever. Or you can you play it on 1 and then you empower it back, and then you can empower it because you didn't need to really find the right card or whatever. I don't know. I just think the flexibility is so nice.
Yeah.
But I'm probably wrong.
No, I think you're right. I
Or-
think, like we mentioned, 3 different archetypes that you could probably run in a chosen one, aggro. You know, chosen one's a meme, but still, it's like good. So I think you like have to rate it high, and control like. I don't know. I think it might be a 4. Is that hot?
I got it as a 2. I have it on Coronet Light. I mean, this is definitely a staple in Coronet Light for sure.
Yeah, this is insane in Coronet Light.
Yeah,
That everything.
yeah. But everything else, and then just in the meta, I don't think it's a playable
This
card. It's
maybe
probably a 2.
pushes Coronet Light into meta, to be fair.
I don't know about meta. I mean, I played a lot of Coronet Light. It's not really a meta deck. It's fun to play.
But don't you think this could push it? Because this guarantees the Coronet Light
But
draw.
you already have a bunch of those though. Like
but you
a
have
bunch
even
of-
more now. You're more consistent now, right?
Yeah, you're more consistent. It
Yeah.
adds a little bit of consistency, but it was pretty consistent actually. Like when I played it, it was always coming out on 6 or 4.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, 5. Like 5 to 6, it's always coming out.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I like this. It's
If
more
Fated
consistency.
Arrival is unplayable, and how is this? Here's Fated Arrival.
Yeah, no, that one is insanely unplayable.
I,
This
we
card
played
is...
it, you played in Coronet Light, so I mean, it's like like I said, it's like a 2. It's not really a meta card. It's gonna be a playable like meme card, but it's not broken.
I don't know. I think it could be. I could see it in control, and even aggro. You definitely mess with it. It's not that bad, and it only gets better with more chosen one, like good chosen one cards. I think
Yeah.
it's a 4.
This
Okay.
this is like it's still hard to evaluate these tutor cards that draw like creatures and stuff like that because it always costs 1 mana and 1 mana is tempo negative. Like
What is
that's a bad
what
thing.
is the great? what is the grading of 4? So you're telling me it's equivalent to like an informant right now? There's no way, right? There's no way it's
Dude,
equivalent to Unbound Plains right now. You're telling me you're putting this on the same level as Unbound Plains. There's
with
no way.
with the flexibility and we just named 3 archetypes that you could put this in, and it's like not horrendous. It's not bad. Like it's good. I think in all 3, it's fine. Like
I would think
that's a
about it
4.
more like from the nature card perspective. Like nature card is not as good as Unbound Flames, but it's going to be played in every control nature, right? If this is going to get played in every control light, which I think it's going to be, then I have to give it a 4, right? If you're going to see it in every single nature light deck, control light deck.
I don't see it in any. I don't think any
Yeah.
light, so I have it
I mean,
at
I
a 2.
could be wrong. I could be wrong, but like it's just such a powerful effect that I think it will be. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Chosen One is back. That's what I hope. That'd be fun. But it's never gonna be back. I'm sorry, chat.
All right. Next card is Frozen Rest. 3 mana. I thought this was magic at first. 3 mana death spell. Pick 1. Destroy your opponent's relic or target 2 creatures to go to sleep. This is insane, right? This is insane. You don't want to run relic removal as board wipe death because it's so bad. But this is flexible. You can do something else. You don't have to run a goblin because running goblin is just bad. You can run this. This is like good. Like you probably run this anyway, and then you have to destroy your opponent's relic. Which does this make your Nubian matchup winnable? Probably not, but it would definitely help in some. Destroying a relic's good. So I don't know if it's a 5, but I think it's a 4 at minimum.
I'm gonna let 8-spin start now.
I think it's a 4. I think it's probably playable board by death. We had 2 flex slots already. You had the Gleamweaver slot, and you had like the End Times Goblin slot. Kind of just saves you a slot. I think you're probably playing this right now, or in most metas, and it's stall also. So I have it as a 4, possibly a 5. But I think 4 is good right now, though. It's not. I don't know if you're running 2 of these, but you're definitely running 1. I think it's an auto include.
I think
It's probably a 5
3.
then.
I'm gonna say a 3. I think sleeping 2 creatures is too bad on average. Like I wouldn't play target 2 creatures, put them to sleep for 3 mana. I wouldn't put that in my deck. And destroy your relic. It's pretty nice, but it's not a body like Goblin. Doesn't steal it like Counterfeit. So it's like kind of a bad. It is a good relic removal, but it's still kind of bad. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 3. You're never running 2 copies. You're probably just running 1, right? Why would you ever put? I don't know.
You had the slots for this. Like you had tech card slots that you can actually take out. I was running Goblin for a while in mine, so.
Yeah, I've also tried Goblin before. I didn't like it that much, but like yeah, I ran Goblins. But I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it's solid though. 3 is not a bad score for sure. I just don't think it's like that crazy. I don't think this is gonna be played in every meta as well. I don't think it's gonna be in every single board by death.
I think it will be. I'm gonna give it a 5. I also think I could see this.
You're
being
giving
ran.
it a 5.
I'm giving it a
5 is
yes.
like that's
Yes.
a demo Gorgon.
I could see if he played in other death decks, not just board wipe death. Okay, it's literally just it's better than Goblin in any scenario.
No.
Any scenario, yes.
I don't hate it as a 5 actually. Honestly, like I think. I mean, we all played a lot of board by death here, and there are like 3 flex slots, and I think this is probably going to be an auto include as one of the flex slots. I actually don't think it's a horrible like flex slot card because you have the Gleamweaver slot that you probably don't use. You probably use this. It's 4 to 5 for me. I have it as a 4 right now though.
Yeah, I think it's 5. I think what pushes it to 5 is that I could see it being ran in not just board wipe death, like other death decks. I could see just running this. Like it's just like seems that good to me.
This is never a 5. I think it's a fine card. It's not a 5.
Okay, I think it's a 5.
It doesn't. It's not a Demogorgon. It's not APOC. It's not
Well,
in.
I mean, if you think about it right now, like
it's not gonna get nerfed. We're never nerfing this card. It's not unfair.
When they drop a highborn, you're not really sirening until 5, right? Typically.
Yeah, but you siren 5 creatures, not 2.
No, but I'm saying like you're not sirening till 5, and like if you're fighting aggro light or something, for example, and they drop highborn on 4, this like gets the ward off early, and you're sleeping another creature, and then you like curve into your Siren into Canopix and
I
stuff.
mean, those are all fine scenarios, but that's not a 5. That's not groundbreaking. We need to
think it's 5.
nerf this card to the ground.
That is not what 5 means.
Yes,
five,
that's
five
what
is
it
five is
means.
auto include in the archetype, I think. And I like I said, there is
4 is auto include.
No,
4 is
5
auto
5
include.
is played in multiple decks, staples, and
Oh.
I think this could be played in multiple death decks,
Okay.
and it's a
No,
staple.
it's a 4, I think. Though it's an auto include board like that.
That's a
Honestly,
3. I think you guys are overrating it, but it's not even going to be playable in every freaking meta.
What?
I mean, it's a sleep in general, like on 3 though, which is in board like that.
But it's
huge.
super bad tempo sleep though. It's not good tempo. It's not. What's the deception card called? It's 1 mana spellbound.
Yeah, but that doesn't
It's
remove a
1
relic.
mana. Yeah, I
This
know that, but
destroys a
that's still
relic.
1 mana. The times you play this to sleep 2, it's not worth the 1 mana. That's what I'm saying. It's a fine flexible card, but like, I don't know. This is never a 5. That's way too high. 5 is like the Underbrush Boars, Demos, Apox, like the cards that missed the nerfs from the devs. This is not missing any nerfs. Nobody's saying this needs to be 4 mana. Like, what? This can never be a 5.
All right.
Like,
Okay.
think about it.
Okay, I think it's a 5.
It definitely has a slot for it though. It definitely has a slot for it right now.
Yeah, like, nobody's saying Gleamweaver is a 5. Like, in certain metas, Gleamweaver is very important, but nobody's gonna say it's a 5.
Dude, this.
Like, I don't
Why are
know.
you saying this is meta dependent? It's sleep 2 creatures.
It's,
in
it's,
board
Yeah,
decks.
because
it's not
sleep
meta
to-
dependent. I don't think.
It's not.
Sleep 2 Pendant is not always relevant for the board states.
That's technically like +6 health though. It's like a nibble also. Like
It's
if
also
you're
a
sleeping
ramp.
2,
Yeah.
you're,
Buys
you're
Like
sleeping
plus
like
5 health. Oh my god.
With the
You
flexibility
really
of
putting
destroying a
this
relic.
as your 5? I don't know.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a 5,
You
I
guys
think.
made it a 5. You made it a 5.
No, he made it a 4. I made it a 5.
Chat, we need to nerf Frozen Rest. This card is OP as fuck. This
Okay.
is the best card. This is Blade level card, by the way. They're rating it as Blade level.
No, I have it at 4. I have it at 4. I
Yeah,
have it at 4
okay.
as like.
He's finished a little bit. He has some
It's borderline
sanity,
death.
and Clutch is saying this is as good as Blade, by the way. Just remember that.
Blade's a
He's
6.
putting this at Blade. No, there is no 6. We don't have a 6.
Alright. This is a 5. Okay, how's our rating working? I'll show you guys how the rating is working. So we have the 1s, which are unplayable, 2 unplayable, but could work in the future. 3 is sometimes played, tech cards, 4 is strong overall, not auto includes. 5 is played in multiple decks, staples. And I think this will be played in multiple decks as a staple. So, okay. It's a 5 from me. And looks like that's all of the non-legendary cards. Whoa. Okay,
Are you
alright.
running some zombies? It's actually not bad in zombies. Actually, don't because you have
It's
like.
not. Yes, that's what I said. Multiple death decks. Zombies. Someone said a Nubians. That might be a stretch, but zombies mid-range
No,
death.
you're
sleep,
running
board wipe.
Goblin over this in zombies.
I still think
What do you
are.
mean? No. You're running Goblin over this in zombies. You need creatures on the board to keep tempo going. And you can never run this in zombies. What?
No, but you can sleep them in zombies though. Like, and you can actually like you're sleeping them, you're pushing face damage, and you're like summoning with Necrocenter. So it's like you're actually kind of coming out ahead while
Sleep is
sleeping, and you
good.
can. Yeah. 'Cause you normally have control,
I
right?
I think you guys are waffling now. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. What? Oh, no way this is a 5.
Okay.
I can't wait when we go back month into this, and this has seen no play. This could actually see no play. To be fair.
You're trolling. You're actually trolling. You're trolling.
Wait,
It's
who-
at least
nobody-
a 4. I said it's at least a 4, bro. Like maybe I'm stretching a 5, but I don't think so. I think it's a 5.
Americans
Okay.
do it different, chat. Oh my god, a 5? Really? Whoa. Alright, what's the next card?
Okay. Next
Yeah,
card.
let's go.
Alright, next card. Orfeo in Wanderlands. 3 mana, 1/1, deadly. Hit him for 1 turn. After your opponent plays a creature, attack it. Afterlife, shuffle this creature into your deck. So it's never ending. You can't never get rid of this. No chance to obliterate it. Yuko deals with it. If they play this going into your demo turn as I mean anything, like that's just
There are
pretty-
ways to obliterate it, Clutch.
How? From their deck?
It's hidden for 1 turn.
Yeah, are you not gonna play a minion for a turn?
Yeah, maybe. I
Yeah,
mean, I guess
it's a
you just
1/1.
ping it.
Why do you care? It's a 1/1. Like why?
Yeah,
would you play
and-
this?
This isn't our only minion. They have a board. Like you're trying to catch up. And
You're
if they
playing
play
this.
this,
Wait. You're playing this in Hidden Rush? No.
Let's go clutch first on this one because I really
Wait, 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 wait,
I
wait,
think
wait,
he's
wait, wait, wait,
waffling here.
wait, wait,
I
wait.
know we're gonna be way opposite on this one. Go ahead.
You,
Yeah.
you don't run this in Hidden Rush.
No. What? What? Why would you ever run this in Hidden Rush?
Is it really that bad?
In Hidden Rush, yeah, I can see it in maybe yaw control, but not Hidden Rush. What? I would rather just play any 3-drop than this in Hidden Rush. Why do I care? Like, the only card I care about playing Hidden Rush is like Guild Enforcer, and this doesn't kill a Guild Enforcer. Like,
No, it's demo.
that's the card I'm scared of.
It's demo.
They're dead before the demo turn. Flips.
No, they're not.
Okay, if they're
dead.
not dead, I played my Reflection Elementalist, and I win.
I'd rather run the 4/3. Like that actually
Yeah,
is poisonous
like,
over this 100 times.
This is not
I don't
trash
want
though.
I don't
but
want
you
to top
just
deck. I don't want to top deck this.
yeah, this is not complete trash though. I can see it in like York stack maybe be played, but not in Hidden Rush.
Wasn't Clutch famous as a base? Clutch, what's your rating on this? You had it like really high last time.
I
heard
didn't
you.
rate it. I did not rate it yet.
His rating
go
went way down now after talking to us.
Like, it's probably
He
a
probably
1,
had
to
it
be
at-
honest. Like, I don't know.
It's a deception card, Hpain. He probably wanted to put it as 5. You know, that's what was his thinking before we talked.
I think it's sleeping on it. It's probably a 3.
Yeah, it's a 3. I think so. It's not
Yeah,
that
that's it.
bad.
I don't think you're playing. I think it's played. I don't know why you would play this over anything. Like you don't want to break your hand.
I mean, it's only
You
1
won't-
in 20 to break your hand, though.
You only have Blade as your card draw on Deception, right? There's no other card draw that you're running in any control
Flip.
Deception list.
You can play Flip.
Yeah, you can play Flip too, but I think
And some control deceptions run Encumbered Looter. I like that card in my control deception.
well, I mean, I would rather run Encumbered Looter over this for sure.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
It's definitely below Encumbered Looter. So it's like if Encumbered Looter is like a 3, this is like a 2, right? There's like no way you're actually playing it.
This is like this is sometimes okay against control war, like sometimes, but very few times.
No, it's good in the
If the hidden
control
wa-
war. It's good in the control
if
war.
the hidden-
No, but I think I'm gonna change this to a 1 actually. I think
Okay.
this is just completely unplayable.
Yeah.
No,
if-
I'm not
it's
joking.
a 2 or
I'm
1.
putting this
Yeah,
at a 1.
It's a 2 or
No,
1.
I
It's
don't.
bad.
I don't see any future plays with this. When I think about it, there's
The
no
hidden
future
needs
play.
to not be 1 for 1 turn and actually be decent. It's just the 1 for like you could actually just not do anything. Why would you play into a 1/1? You just let it sit there for 1 turn and
Yeah,
you don't have to play into it.
exactly. But like also fatigue, it's kind of good, I guess, because you can ping it forever. So it's anti-fatigue. Oh, then it's like
Yeah,
a 2
yeah,
maybe.
Flip. You have Flip though.
Yeah, you have Flip.
You're
It's
actually going
probably
to fatigue,
irrelevant.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you probably have better strategies than this.
Yeah, I don't think the fatigue.
Is it okay? Is it okay in fatigue?
I mean, it's good, but it's not like.
It's like that with 6 in fatigue.
It's worse than that.
2 or 1. Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Perfect.
give it a 2. I'll give it a 2. I don't
Yeah.
want to completely write it off. I'll give it a 2. Yeah, there's some merits to it.
I think it's a 3.
Yeah, it's true, Johnny. Like, I thought about that as well, but you just still play the demo, I think.
You just don't play the demo for 1 turn. Like
Mhm.
you just they're committing 3 mana to stop you
Yeah,
from playing
we're
it.
commenting 3 mana to play a 1/1.
That's good,
Right?
that's
Why-
good.
How are you dying, though?
That is a
no,
good-
but why are you why are you dying when they committed, like, 3 mana to a 1/1? I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Okay,
maybe
I'll
'cause
put it as a 2.
It's a 2 at least. I'm giving it a 3.
Yeah, I'll put it as 2.
Clutch said 3, so you better put the 3 there so we can laugh at you.
I did put it
Never
there. It's there.
mind.
It is there. Oh, I misspelled this. Okay. Next card is Mary Kadmos. 5 mana, 3/4. Hpain, this guy's got better abs than you. Frontline, pick 1, pull a creature from the board to the top of a controller's deck, or give +2/+2 to the chosen one.
You know, this art is based on me just to put a beard on me.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's me with a beard.
Don't you have red
This is
hair?
actually how I look without a shirt. I'm just so modest, you know.
Yeah, show us.
No, you can get demonetized.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, don't
You're
want
right.
that.
This is a 3. Someone says. Droopy says it's a 2. Okay, I
Mhm.
think it's a true. I think this is at least a 4.
Yeah, almost. This is a 5, right?
What are you just talking about? This is a 5. This is like
This is
one of
this
the
is
best
the
cards.
flavor of the set with the imp, right? This is the blade for all the people who didn't afford blade.
This is definitely a 5.
Yeah,
This is a 4 or a 5. You're
yeah,
playing this in
at
every
least a
single
4.
light deck, right? And what
No,
light
yeah,
deck are you not playing it?
it breaks their draw, and you're
Yeah.
developing tempo. If they're behind, and like they're already, it's a done deal. This game, and it's frontline.
And it's frontline, yeah. Frontline is huge, right? This is
Yeah,
a 5,
it's
right?
frontline too. That's what's so crazy. Like, sometimes I forget to read that.
Yeah.
I agree, it's a 5. It's um doesn't give blade a draw either. Like, yeah, they blade it, they don't even draw. So you slow them down, they blade, don't draw off it. Like, it's just so like even the worst case scenario is not even that bad. It's just really, and you have the give +2/+2 to the chosen one, which is obviously not relevant, but it may be relevant in the future. And I mean that's just the
You
flexibility.
never,
Like
you
they could. No, I
You
said
never
that.
pick the second
I
one.
literally said that. I
Yeah.
literally said you never pick this one. But
I
like,
mean, sometimes if you are in a situation where you have to tempo out, you'll pick the second one, I guess. If you have to
why would you?
tempo out.
Why would you tempo it out though? Because you literally just wait one turn, and then they have
Yeah.
negative tempo, right? Because you're
Yeah,
putting it back
no,
on.
I mean, like, you have to do it
There's
or
no
you're
point.
literally losing too much or whatever. Because
yeah, it's
it's a turn
frontline. You might
before
have to.
you. It's a turn before you play Lysander's Mercy, and you have nothing else to do, and you just tempo it out. I can see, like,
Oh.
sometimes happening.
And you could pick your own creature, which again, not necessarily always relevant, but the flexibility that this card has is insane. This card's absolutely insane. Not better than
Yeah, this
Imp,
is a
but
5.
it's a 5.
Yeah, nothing is better than an Imp, but this is a 5, right? This could be the 5 that doesn't get nerfed. This probably doesn't get nerfed.
This probably doesn't get nerfed, especially if people think it's like a 2. Someone said it's a 2 in the
Yeah.
chat.
No, people will figure out it's a 5
Oh no,
after
wait.
it gets.
Droopy said Orfeo was a 2, not this. My bad, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
This
so
is either a 4 or a 5. I don't know which one it is.
I think it's a 5.
Yeah, it's either a 4 or a 5. But maybe a 4 because it's not always. No, you're always playing it, right?
It's in every deck.
Yeah, it's in every deck.
Kappa said this is just as good as Frozen Rest. I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah. Imagine, I'm actually doing this live, right? You actually gave Frozen Rest a 5.
Yes, bro, it's a 5.
Holy
You'll see,
shit.
dude. You'll see. Okay, all right. Okay, next card. That was 5s from everyone. Seems to be the winner so far. Oh wait, no, that and Imp. So now we have Slaymaster Valka. 5 mana, 6/5 for War. Overkill. Roar. If you have fewer than 2 cards in hand, gain Blitz.
So hard to evaluate because
Yeah.
you wanna run blades, and this is an anti-blade card. But if you don't own blades, this is actually like very powerful if you can trigger it. Like it's actually very good if you can trigger it on turn 5. Like very strong. It's a lot of fucking damage.
You probably are triggering it on 5 too. Aggro War.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't done the math if you can trigger it on 5. I just haven't done the math. If you can trigger it on 5, like 80% of the time, it's very good. But if you can't trigger it, it's way worse.
You just deck build to make your curve lower, but it's
Yeah. But
bad.
even if you do that, you'll still like hold some cards probably. I don't
I'd
really
rather
know
run-
the math.
I think Archangel's way easier to trigger than this, and I would rather.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
but
running
it's
it
more
with Archangel.
fragile, right?
You're running it with Archangel, but it's still like, I don't know.
But if they have like a 2/2 and if they have 2/2/2s, you will have a card that survives, right? It's like the survivability of clearing the board and you have a body back. If they don't kill it, like it's very powerful effect, you know.
yeah.
If you can trigger it.
If it doesn't have Blitz, like, it's not the end of the world. It's still as the Overkill. But is it ever sticking if it doesn't have Blitz? Sometimes. I mean, it's a 5 health. That's
Yeah, sometimes it is
At
because you
5
maybe have
mana?
something else as well.
yeah.
It's overstated, you know. Or
Yeah.
like compared to other 5 drops in the format, it kills a Guild Enforcer as well.
Oh yeah, that's actually big. I think I'm gonna give this a 4.
Giving it a 3. It's not that
I think-
powerful.
I mean, it's a staple in the
Aggro
actual
war.
aggro war, right? It's gonna make
Yeah.
every aggro war list, but is it good? Probably like. I mean, Archangel Bruise is better in my opinion. I would rather be one less and actually just have one less attack, and I don't care if it dies. It's probably it's like okay, it's like the hybrid of that plus Orchestra, kinda, because you're kind of just killing 2 other small creatures if you're
Yeah.
fighting aggro. So it's like it's probably like a 3. It's not great. It's not really
Yeah.
broken. It's just there. This is a
And
decent
sometimes
card.
you're gonna just have a 1/1, like some of the times where it's better than Orchid Elite. But they just have the 1/1 and you play it and smack them for 5. And they're like, oh fuck, like, what can I do now? You know, there are gonna be some scenarios like that, or like they have 2 1/1s or whatever, and you just like,
If it was Godblitz, then it was definitely
yeah. If it
definitely
was
a,
Godblitz, it'd probably be nerfable, right? Godblitz just should not exist. Like,
I mean,
like
I would
it's,
have preferred like if the condition was like this, where you're top decking, like if you had like less than one card and it was Godblitz, I think it would be like actually better. But
yeah. If you had no
Oh, that's
cards,
interesting.
Godblitz would be fine.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that'd
Yeah.
be fine.
Kind of like that.
But this is also a fine design, I would say. But
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it's fine.
it's not a bad card. Yeah.
Okay, next card is the Reinkeeper Selena, 6 mana, 3/3, nature. After this creature attacks, summon a base copy of a random friendly wild creature with mana cost 3 or less. Roar, summon 2/2/2 badgers, and we saw that the badgers are actually not confused. So
This is a 1.
this is probably a 1, right? Like this is
Yeah.
horrendous.
This is a 1. York is like saying this is OP. And said he nerfed it like 3 times.
He probably killed the card with one of those nerfs, because maybe 2 even.
I don't know how he said this is a 3 and Woodcutter Imp, no 4 and Woodcutter Imp made it. I don't really understand that. This is the same body as Woodcutter Imp, just saying. They're both a 3/3. What do you think?
yeah, it's 1 mana too high. I think taking the slot of Vines as control, you're not actually gonna play this over Vines. I think it actually just needed to be 5 mana and it was playable. It's just bad at 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's never attacking. And even if it does attack, you have to have a creature that the effect like works. That's probably not too hard, but still, this is just horrendous. This is actually horrendous. It's an
If the
Amazon.
if the Badgers were like 2/3, it'd actually be decent. They're just not surviving either, which is also a big problem against aggro. So yeah, it's not making the cut.
Yeah, I agree. Amazon though, I mean, maybe don't overlook it, but the badgers are wild, so it's really confusing. And the effect is on wild creatures, so it's really no synergy. Yeah, that's a 1. So what do you think, Hpain?
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, this is also the problem with you and the mana goes from 5 to 6, right? It's very hard to balance
Yeah.
5 and 6 because there's actually 2 mana difference. I think they have to understand they have to make the 6 drops much more powerful than they think. I think most of the worst cards in GU are the 6 drops, and the most played 6 drops are like board clears. It's like Nav, Curse, Rhapsody Dance,
Soul Survivor.
it's Soul Survivor. They're never creatures. It used to be Heraticus and stuff like that.
I don't think you can run
Penkolins, but they all been nerfed out because they're too slow. If we wouldn't skip turn 5, right? Like, or turn 6, if we would just go straight to 6, this would be okay, I think. But the fact is, this is coming on turn 7, or 6.5, or whatever you call it. You just lose too much tempo. Like, and there's nothing that can give nature blitz, so you can never attack with her. It's just like highest giant. This is trash. This is just absolute trash.
Yeah. Alright. That was
Yeah,
okay.
Guild Enforcer kills her and survives. How sad is that? Imagine your opponent plays a Guild Enforcer and you're holding Selena and you just can't do anything. You're just crying with your legendary creature. How sad. You can't even use the Badgers.
That's awesome. Okay.
Hopefully they buff this card. Actually, they need to buff it a little bit.
Yeah, they need to
make
make
a lot like this.
they need to make it a 4/4 and the Badgers a 3/3, I think. And I'm not even joking.
Dude, that's gotta
I'm
be
not
too
even
good.
joking.
That has to be too good.
No, I don't think that's too good. I think that's a legendary 6-drop good. It's not better than demo.
I don't know. They gotta do something. This is actual garbage. I'm sure I'll open a lot of these. This is the first card that we all agreed on as a 1, boys. Pretty impressive.
I think this is the first one we have the same grade with the Woodcutter Imp. No, and Kadmos. This is the third card we completely agree on.
Oh yeah, because of the
Yeah.
Kadmos. Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we all agree this is just horrendous. I don't know what Yogg is on
Yeah.
for this one. Alright, let's move
Yeah.
on. Last card, boys. No, not last card.
Second last.
Snowshaper Pallas. 6 mana, 3/3 for magic. Aurora and ability, transform a creature into a 0/1 snow statue with can't attack. I thought this might have frontline. It doesn't. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I'm giving this a 2. It's not completely unplayable. Not much to say.
Yeah, I think it's probably a 2 because it's just better than Nithos, right? Like it's literally
Not
just
much
better.
better than Ithos though.
I think it is much better than Nithos. Well, Nithos isn't that good, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
transforming a Heathen Elite into a 7-drop is not good. That's not really what you want to be doing with Transform. I think this is just better than Nithos. Ratifies better than Nithos though, and I still see people running Nithos. So
I think this is better than Ratify. Because you never Ratify on 5, right?
I think this is better than Ratify too. The only thing would be the mana
Yeah.
cost. Do you have the mana to ping ward and do it? Probably.
Yeah, on 7. Yeah, that's like one scenario.
And it leaves a body behind that they have to deal with. This is better than Ratify. I think it is a 2.
What is trash though? Yeah,
Maybe 3.
it is trash though. But it like has like this, like you want to believe this has some playability, but this should be a 5-drop, right? This should just fucking power creep Ratify. Nobody plays fucking Ratify. Like.
Yeah, I mean you see one-ups here and there. I do at least.
Yeah, like, but those are not making top 10s or whatever. When you see
Yeah,
those.
but Control Magic's bad. Like I think you just run this though.
Yeah, but when Control Magic was good, you never saw Ratify.
Yeah, it's true. Should
Yeah,
have
it's a
ward.
two.
Yeah.
It's a 2 right now.
Yeah, it's a 2.
It's. I mean, yeah, Ratify is just not a good card in the meta in most metas, right? So.
This should be a 5-drop, right? We all agree on that as well. This should
It
cost
was a
5.
five. It's a 5-drop. Yeah.
It wouldn't be insane, right? It'd
They
be
should
good though.
No, they should make Ratify 4 and then make this a 5. That's what they should do.
Yeah, something like that. And this is also a legendary, so you can't run 2 of those. You can run 2 Ratifies, like in theory. But this should be a 5, I think. I think they're like... Oh, I think they compared this too much to Ratify probably when they were designing it.
Someone said they can't remove the 0/1. It can't attack, so it is stuck on their board. Might make it a little better.
Is that relevant?
Everything, everything's a little relevant, right?
Yeah.
But it's not good enough to make it a 3, probably.
No. This is not going to be a staple, I think. You'll see this in like one of every 10 Control Magic lists, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so 2's around. And the last card, boys, the Frost.
I think you saved the last for the best, like...
You think it's
the
best?
best for the last. No, the most interesting to rate.
Oh, okay.
Not the best. Kadmos or the Imp are the best, but this is the most... I think this is the hardest one to evaluate how good it is, actually. Like, you can go back and forth how good this card is. This could be
so
like...
can
This
you-
could
can
be
you
a
explain the
1
card
or a
first?
5.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Can you
Let
explain-
me read the card. 4 mana, 4/4 for death. It's an Anubian. Frost Queen Nef. Each turn, after the first time your opponent draws a card, plays a card, uses a GP, and attacks with their relic, their god takes 2 damage. So you play this on 4. It's their turn. They draw a card, they take 2 damage every time. If they play a card, they take 2 damage. If they use their GP, they take 2. If they attack, they take 2. So upwards of 8 damage a turn, 2 literally guaranteed. It's not 4 guaranteed because they can trade their board. So it's 2 guaranteed. And it's each turn, so you can make them draw on your turn for 4.
On an empty board, it's 4 guaranteed, right?
Yeah. So how does it
If
work?
they're gonna-
If you play this on empty board and they can be barrage it, does it deal 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It says
So
after.
It's trick. Yeah, but it's like Blade.
Right. Yeah. It probably does. Okay. So yeah, it's 4 on an empty board.
Yeah. I think this is... I have a very hard time evaluating this, actually. Very hard.
I think
Because
it's good.
the stat lines are not that great, right? The stats are pretty bad for 4-drop.
I think it's a 5 in all aggro decks. I mean, it's an auto include in all aggro decks, right? Like not even like
Yeah.
zombies. You're running this in Anubians, and
Yeah.
those are the 2 aggro decks. So it's an auto include. It's probably a 5 in aggro decks, and then.
But do you
it's not,
do you
have
think
pretty
it's
control.
like... Do you think it's gonna be more like... I know it's like kind of patty to say this, but like compared to Kadmos or the Imp, do you think this is as powerful?
I mean, for the archetype, it's definitely the best card in the archetype, I think. I think
Uh,
in
So you're
Nubians
playing this
and
in
zombies.
zombies, right? Zombies.
Zombies and Nubians, you're running both of them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You think it's better
It's
than
a-
Necroceptor?
No, but you're running it with Necroceptor. You're not like it's not like you have to
But
choose
like,
one.
yeah, but it's not like the best in the archetype in that sense, right? Like Necro is probably best.
I don't know. No,
I don't
but
know. Yeah.
as far as in any aggro list, you're running this. So
Yeah,
that's
this
probably.
helps you against, but like, what does this card like? What matchups does this improve, right? Because zombies was already good against Control Light, right?
Well,
That's like
Nubians
one
got
thing.
better with this for sure, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
they
Anubians
extra
got
burn.
better for sure. Yeah. I just don't know if it's a 5 or 4.
I think this is better than Nef in Anubians.
Oh, it is for sure.
I
Sometimes
mean,
better. Yeah.
Nef is not played in Anubians, is it?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, but it's not like a staple there.
No. I think
Yeah,
it's
like
strong.
I think this is realistically getting 6 on an empty board, right? Like they have to.
on empty board
pro-
6. No,
they're
probably
probably
4
playing
on
it.
empty.
They're playing a card and they're probably using a god. I mean, it's going to be guaranteed 6 because if they're playing a card that doesn't actually kill it, they're either going to
Yeah, then
GP
it's a
or
6. Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, wait.
The next.
If you play this against Control War and they have to like Devouring Blade it, they take 4, 6, 8, 10.
No, they just go face.
Oh yeah, you're right. But if you play
And
the
they
relic,
can.
and attack with it, it's insane. This is I can see this being.
You can
really
also
hard.
just. You can play Orcus Elite and just take 4, right?
Yeah, but you're
Whatever.
still taking 4, and you have to deal with it, and it's your whole turn dealing with this
Yeah.
because it doesn't die to Blade either.
Yeah. For me, it's from
Hold on.
3 to 5. I don't know where to put it.
This comes out on turn 3, like potentially, right? Like if you're going first and you put this out on 3.
Yeah. How was the zombie?
How can I deal with it?
I know you're the worst, probably the 2 worst people to ask this. How is the zombie nature matchup? Nature's favorite, right? It has to be.
I think so.
No. I mean, it depends if they have Dagon. It's like Enbor, right?
I think nature is just favorite because they're just so big in the early game.
Oh yeah, well, Wildfire. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Nature's
right,
favorite.
right. So this doesn't help that much up, right? This is pretty bad against nature. I was like the hidden, like I played a lot of hit and rush, and for me, I'm very happy to see zombies because I have the trapper and the lethargy mates. I'm thinking like aggro versus aggro here because that's where like you want some. I don't know. I'm just trying to find some scenarios.
You
Great.
said this would be great with Rein. It doesn't. They don't take 2 for each card they draw. It's once per turn they take 2 damage for drawing a card. So.
It's a 4 probably. I would say 4. It's probably.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm 3 or 4. I'm not sure because like it's so. I feel like it's just so bad in the aggro matchup, right? The aggro mirrors. You would literally want any other 4-drop than this in the aggro mirrors. Because the damage is irrelevant. It's very good against control for sure.
They still do.
And it's probably good against combo. Yeah, but they just value trade into it usually. At that point.
Yeah. I guess Rhino's better into aggro.
It's very good against control. It's like
yeah, it's crazy with
sick
control.
again. But Viking Thundercaller is also good against a lot of control strategies. And only spells for it. I would rate it like a Oni, right? It's like similar to Oni and like the dynamics. Right? It's like a Oni.
I don't really think it's like an Oni.
No, in the sense like if you don't deal with it, you just lose. If they ever get to draw, if you don't kill it the turn they play it, you probably lost.
Is there a Nubian synergies that res this over and over?
Takat.
No, like
that gets soulless.
Like are there other ones that res random Nubians? Like the sarcophagus and the other ones, or the pallbearer. Can those res this? I have to look at them again.
I don't think so.
It's only it triggers 1 per action, guys. You know that. Just.
Gotta pull it up here. You gotta search it up first.
You can play this, and if they don't kill it, you can play Emperor Reborn on it, right? You can play Emperor Reborn on Naf, and then you will win the game. Sarcophagus cannot attack turn.
this is summoning another random
Okay,
Nubian, so
we're
Sarcophagus?
now in meme territories.
yeah.
boys.
Wait. Sarcophagus plus that other card that triggers the afterlife.
Oh,
And
the
then-
Magistrator? No.
Canopic.
Canopic?
Canopic.
Okay.
Canopic? Oh my god, we're going too deep.
It would have to be your only Anubian because it's random Anubians. I don't think you need all that. I think you just play it on curve and it's like really good. Like
Yeah, it's good.
it's better than
Against
like
control.
Avatar of Deception.
No, what?
You don't think it's better
What
than
did you
Avatar?
say there? No.
The Avatar
How about
Deception is a 5, dude. Like, it's a really good card. Like, if you play
That
it.
protects the Avatar as well. It doesn't die to stuff. This dies sometimes to the board. Avatar Deception lets you win races, Klutz.
Avatar of
Yeah.
Deception?
Yeah, it sleeps opponent's creature and it's hidden, and
Yeah.
you can hide it again.
This card's
you
better
can't.
than that, but I think they're good. I think they're comparable.
No, this is okay.
I think you can compare them.
Disrespect.
You're not
Oh
running
my
Avatar
God.
Deception in aggro decks, are you?
Yes, you are. What?
You should be for sure. It's one of the best cards.
I'm playing it in my hidden rush.
I think this is better
What?
than that card. So it's a 4 for me.
The disrespect. The disrespect. You can't put Assassin's Name on this.
Okay. Why could shouldn't be in the game, but is this better than Frozen Rest? No.
That Frozen Rest memes. I can't wait until go to Klutz's stream and ask him why you're not playing Frozen Rest in your port by death deck.
It'll be in every death deck I play. It'll have to be.
Oh my god.
You got a powerful actually. Keep thinking about it. It's actually
Oh my god. I mean, I didn't even rate Frozen Rest that low, but I think
Bro,
I put
we're
it at
on
5.
Frost Queen. No, okay. What
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
either
4.
a 3 or a 4. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I get a 3.5.
How much do you think this card will
That's
cost?
illegal.
Like
You
20?
gotta pick 3 or 4.
This is like a $40 card, right?
Alright, give me a
$30
4
card?
then.
This is not better than Dakan, right?
Hey, you're playing this in the Nubians 1000%, right? It's like an auto. It's mandatory.
Yeah, but
in
how
the
good is
Nubians,
a
yeah.
Nubian?
You played in Zombies too. I think you just played in Death, except
Yeah,
Control.
I think you played in Zombies and Anubians for sure, but like,
And it's good. Like you're not like, oh, I gotta put Nef in my. No, it's good.
Wait, how does
Yeah.
Controller actually deal with this? Controller has zero answer to this.
we can attack
It
into
just
it.
beats
with a
control
payload
decks.
button.
Like it beats control decks. I'm pretty sure.
No, but Controller can't actually remove it, right? Like they have to obliterate it. They're forced to obliterate. If they don't have the one of obliterate in their hand, they're just dead.
Yeah, and you're just taking 4 a turn. Actually, probably.
Oh, imagine you're playing against Control Deception and the Blade Borrower, and Bound by Her. Become nice. Why is Bound by Her a card, by the way? Can anybody answer me that?
You
That
know,
card is ridiculous.
People think that Blade Bar should be nerfed. Before
No,
the set
I don't
locks.
agree.
I saw it in balance.
No,
Chat.
not Blade Borrower, but I think
Don't
Bound by
think
Her
this lives for more than a turn, but I'm pretty sure Control Light can't really deal with this if you play this on an empty board. There's no answer besides
No.
Informant Obliterate.
Control Light?
Right?
Yeah, you just give it order, and then it's still dealing the effect. So it's like.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
good against Control for sure. But that was a matchup here. No, with Anubians, yeah. But Zombies was already beating Control Light. A fair amount of the time, at least. Yeah. So it's over.
Oh,
Should
yeah.
we look at the final scores?
That is the last one, boys. Let's take a look at the results.
Can you do like the counting and see who was the nicest of us? Like
Yeah.
who gave the overall highest score?
How do I
I think it's you.
How do I sum?
Go down. No,
Okay.
just scroll and
Okay.
put another
Okay.
bar.
Yeah.
Go
Billy's
there.
talking about.
I do.
Billy's talking about the Frozen Rest, but I'm looking at Billy's Reinnapper score, and it's just as bad.
What did he say? Yeah. I know my Reinnapper could be bad, but and then it goes like the equals, we write sum.
Where?
So okay,
Is it? There's no
highlight
command
all
for
of,
it.
highlight no yeah highlight okay.
There's no
Can you give-
command for it.
Oh my god, how do you not know this? Why don't I have the power to do this? I can send you.
Wait, aren't you in IT?
Insert,
Like you should know.
insert function. Look right here, sum. And you.
Yeah, and he puts the columns. Yeah, exactly. Neurons gave you the answer.
And you did that right. Okay.
59. Okay, you
Wow.
got 59.
I was the nicest. That's weird.
You're probably yeah. Who was the least nice? Hpain was the least nice. I was actually close to you. All right.
All right. So here's the final scores, boys. We all really agreed on like 4 cards, like full agreed on like 4. Um,
My Reinnapper is
Imp.
kind of out there.
It's a bit out of place.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm kind of out of place with, I think.
Pretty consistent scores though. Do you think this set is overall too strong or too weak? I don't think you can
I
think it's
think
too strong.
I think it's very good designed. It's a good design set. It's much better than MJ and better than Light Verdict, I would say.
Yeah, right. The Imp's the only one that needs to probably be changed. I think everything else is fine. I hope they buff some of the bad ones. Like this.
Yeah, I hope
Selena
they
should
buff
probably get buffed.
Selena. If they buff Selena and nerf the Imp, I think I'm fine with this set. Right. If Nef is like completely bonkers, they probably have to nerf it, but I don't see it being completely bonkers.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And you can't nerf Kadmos either. He's just solid. He's like a CERN. Wait, like has some crazy cards.
I've
But
seen-
yeah,
I've seen
I
being
think
a 3/3.
Frankie brings like out the good point. Like it should be fun, and I think they actually did make fun cards. I'm excited to play with a lot of these cards. I hope other people feel the same. These are not boring cards like Mortal Judgment was. But yeah,
But
sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah.
It's been...
I probably see Kadmos getting nerfed to a 3/3 or something. That's probably the worst thing gets nerfed. It's probably not gonna be
Yeah,
that
like a
nerf.
small one. Yeah, I could see that as
Yeah.
well. If it's too
Or a
good.
2/4 or something. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
you can't have it blade draw off it. So maybe 3/3.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Blades. Oh no, Blades not drawing off that, right? Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah,
might when it blows up.
but I like the set overall, and that's the most important thing for me. If they like outshoot something, make it a little bit unbalanced, a little bit too weak, and they have time to fix it, then I'm fine with it. Like if some cards are like unbalanced because like it's a small team, it's hard to make everything super balanced. But for me, it's most important if the design is good and if the design makes for interesting archetypes or improve archetypes that I considered fun, you know. And I think they did a good job with that. Like Control Nature is probably going to be a thing. I think a lot of people wanted Control Nature. They gave some Chosen One love. I don't know how good it is, but at least they're trying it. And they made reactive cards, which I think is important.
yeah, I think there's only like 2 cards that I don't really like that they printed, which is the Wandercats and like the Valka, because they're or not the Valka,
The change.
Pallas, because they're just kind of similar. And I'm not really a big fan of that in mini sets, because you know we already have like existing cards that do that. But I think it's fine overall. Like there's no other ones that are really like that, so I think it's good. I think it's a good set. I'm excited for it. I don't know if it'll make
Yeah.
meta. I don't think it'll be. Do you think it'll change the meta?
Yeah, for sure.
You think?
100% change. Yeah, every set will always change the meta.
So Control
Like-
War isn't the top deck after this set?
I don't
Control
think.
Control War's still the top deck, right? Like what's pushing it out here with this set? Nothing. I don't think so. There's nothing pushing it out.
No, it depends how good Control Nature will contest it now.
I
Like
feel like
because if they get
you just run Control War with Paulo then, and then it just ends the game, right? Like
yeah,
then you
maybe.
just never lose.
Maybe Nef is very good against Control War as well. We don't know. It's
It
very
will
hard to
be.
judge. And yeah, Nef could be very good against
It,
it.
it will be.
And I want to, in my opinion, I think a good hit and rush player is very favorable, or like is favorable against Control War. Like in my opinion, a good hit and rush player that knows what he's doing will do good against Control War. Control War doesn't have that many answers. They have the Savage Strike, but there's
And
not much
MML.
more than that. MML is not that
Sweep.
great against it.
It is.
Yeah, they need. Yeah, but you can beat one sweep because you just play one threat. That's what you do. At some point, they don't have anything, and you will put your Assassin's Aim, attack them, and then you know. Like, I don't think I've lost a matchup with Hidden Rush yet. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Control War is favored to be honest, but maybe you said if the Kid and Rush player is top tier.
yeah.
That's a flip matchup for me. I think it's even. It just depends on the draws.
Yeah, pretty
And-
confident.
MML
Yeah,
is,
I'm
like,
matching it a
probably
little
the-
bit. I'm like saying Hidden Rush is like 55, 45, something like that. It's not like insanely high. But I don't want to see Hidden Rush if I'm playing Controller as well. I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be annoying.
Really, I really don't mind it. But okay, guys. I'm gonna end the recording now, so we end the YouTube. I'm gonna still be streaming, but big shout out to Villy, Hpain. Their links will be in the description. You check them out, and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, guys.